So, I should probably start this video off by explaining what exactly I'm going to be doing in this video. More or less, just the game had ended, and I had more things I wanted to say about the game. So, I figured let's just make a kind of a general thoughts video. We'll see how long this goes. Just going to be, no real, I have nothing planned, just going to say what the other things that I didn't get to in my videos for the week. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to get into. We can get into the Jordan Love injury first, because that's a big deal. I don't know how serious it is. I've heard some people say like maybe it's a knee injury. Some people saying the ankle. I thought ankle live, but I'm not a doctor. What do I know? Definitely concerning though. For one thing, just hope he's okay. But from a football perspective as well, because for the Packers, I mean, let's just be honest. This was not a good defensive showing. They were able to get the turnover, a couple, 8 turnover or 2 turnovers. But other than that, they were letting guys get wide open at times. The Eagles have very good receivers, certainly. Saquon Barkley's very good. All of that stuff. But at the same time, that's not a great defensive performance. And if you're without Jordan Love, who listen, I mean, we can sit here. I didn't think Love had his best day. We'll get into it. I didn't think Love played particularly great, but I'd much rather have him than Malik Willis. So if the Packers are going to be without Love for an extended period of time, it could quite frankly open up another playoff spot in the NFC, because I think most people thought the Packers are a playoff team. It feels less likely. Quite frankly, this was a disaster of a game for the Packers. Again, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it'll work out. But even if he's out for a month, I mean, could the Packers, stay afloat in this situation? The Packers have kind of an underrated story is they haven't really done a great job at the backup quarterback position. Malik Willis just got there, and he's the backup. They just traded. He played the preseason for the Titans. So, I mean, this was like his first week with the team and didn't look great in that Hail Mary attempt either. So, they really need Jordan Love back. They do. The positives for the Packers, the biggest one is Matt LaFleur, who's just awesome. Like, the scheming in this one, I thought the way he was scheming guys open, they do have a really good group of receivers, even if there isn't like a number one. A lot of good players, and that was great. Josh Jacobs, I actually thought played pretty well, despite some underwhelming numbers, and the fumble, fortunately for the Packers, they recovered that fumble. And quite frankly, the Packers got away with some stuff. I mean, both teams did, but it was a sloppy game. It just was. Both quarterbacks could have had several more interceptions. I didn't think either quarterback played particularly well, despite the high numbers, which I find interesting. But yeah, I want to start with the Packers just because of I don't know where they're at. I really don't. I think they could be in trouble. I really do. We'll see. But yeah, I can shift gears to the Eagles. The Eagles, okay, you're much happier than the Packers, right? For one thing, you got out of there with a win. You can blame some of the issues on the bad grass, if you want to. At the same time, though, I still think there's things you look at and say, I don't know if this is great. For whatever reason, the commentators kept talking about how great these defenses are. I don't know what game they were watching. These defenses played poorly. This was a bad defensive performance by both teams. And if it wasn't for the grace of a lot of missed Jordan Love throws, some dropped passes, this could have been significantly worse for the Eagles. So definitely a not what they were going for defensively with kind of a new look defense, a new look secondary. You were hoping for more than this. You just were. And there was too many guys getting open. I still think the linebacking room is an issue. Maybe if Devin White comes back, that could fix some things. It's worth a shot. But I don't know how confident I feel. There were reports Devin White didn't even win the preseason battle. So I don't know. There were some nice plays by the Eagles defense, and they stepped up when they had to. They did enough, right? But will this be able to sustain? I think they could make the playoffs this way, but I don't know if they can go on a deep run this way. I guess they're going to need some more players to step up. That's just kind of how I viewed this defensive performance, and you got to give credit to, again, Matt LaFleur, the Packers receivers, all of that. The good news, if you're an Eagles fan, is how good this offense looked, even with Hurts not having his best day, turning the ball over multiple times, trying to turn the ball over a couple more times, still finding a way to put up a ton of points in this one, and that drive at the end, essentially killing almost all of the clock, being able to run things out. One of the things the Eagles have become known for these past couple of years. Really good stuff. They want to see the defense play better. You just do. But at least this should be, got the win here. There is some hope. I just think that there are concerns for both of these teams after this game. I don't think either team is feeling great after it, but obviously one team feeling a lot better than the other. I think you feel okay if you're an Eagles fan. I think you're just a little underwhelmed by the defensive performance. I would think, I don't know. Eagles fans always seem to be mad at their team, so we'll see. But definitely some things they have to work on, I would say. A couple other just interesting notes. For one thing, I think we got to talk about the field. I've touched on it a little bit. I saw some people blaming the injury on the field, which is just like, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor, but for one thing, I hear people calling this a turf. It's not a turf. This is grass, and it wasn't great grass, but I don't think that had anything to do with the injury. It's not like Jordan Love was falling as it happened because of the grass or anything. Yeah, I mean, again, you saw the field in not great conditions, which is just, that's part of playing on grass. Everyone says they hate turf. There's a reason why teams have turf. It's because the product does tend to be a little better. I still think it'd be worth it to just have everyone play on, for personally, I think it'd be worth it to have everyone play on grass and just, I don't know. The slipping and sliding was kind of fun, to be honest. More like crazy juke outs that caused someone to fall down. All that fun stuff, I think. So I don't know. I didn't have a massive issue with it, but it definitely led for some sloppiness added to the already sloppy kind of play that both these teams had. I mean, if you played not much preseason, that's part of probably what happens. So yeah, I mean, it was a sloppy game by both teams. And again, I think you expect, if Jordan Love comes back, both of these quarterbacks to, play better, to not have these mistakes, because I didn't think either one played great. And it's weird because, I think both certainly made good plays in this one. When you're watching this, you can certainly see why these are two very highly paid players, but at the same time, I think that neither one lived up to their contract in this one. So, yeah, there was that. As a whole, I guess kind of general thoughts. How do I feel about both these teams moving forward? For the Eagles, I feel okay. I don't feel quite as good as I did entering the week, but you got the win, so I like that you got the win, I guess. So I'm kind of conflicted on how I feel about the Eagles. And like I said, kind of to put a bow on things, I think this is a tough loss for the Packers. I think the Packers are in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if they're going to win much with Malik Willis. I just don't. And if Malik Willis has to play a month and they lose all 4 games, you're screwed. You're 0-5. That's it. Game over. You're not making the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, they've really got to hope Jordan Love is okay. And if not, well, maybe you get a good player next year. I mean, that's what a brutal week 1 loss if you're a Packers fan, I think. And the defense stunk, too, on top of it. So, yeah, who knows? But as of right now, you're not feeling great if you're a Packers fan. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.